Face it, you hand your resume off to somebody, they do an interview with you, and they ask you questions. Tell me about a time when you, and they clearly pick something from your resume. Guess what? They don't believe you. Because if you can't talk about it, you probably didn't do it. And if it's on your resume, you should be able to talk about it. Give the recommendations freely. Give them truthfully. Accept them gratefully and don't play ping pong. If Dave recommended me today, as soon as I accept it, he gets a bounce back message that says, Dave, Larry just accepted your, or it says to me that Dave recommended me, do I want to recommend him? If I do it on the same day, they got the same date stamp. If I wait a week, no one will ever notice.
Recommendations, again, they kind of confirm the lies that are on your resume. Some things about recommendations. Number one, the person giving the recommendation to you has to be on LinkedIn. Number two, they have to be connected to you at the first level. People you know. Okay? Because level two is the people that they know that you don't. And the level three person is the people that neither you or your friend knows, but one of his friends knows. So it's getting down a ways. How can that person at the level three write you a recommendation if they don't know you? It's LinkedIn's way of kind of managing and saying, yes, this is a real person, number one, who really wrote this recommendation and who really knows this person. The third thing is on these recommendations, they need to be attached to a point in time, a particular job, volunteer experience, school experience, whatever. So we'll say, where was Dave a great guy? Dave was a great guy at that job or at that organization. The easiest way to get a recommendation is to write one. A lot of times people will say, oh, they wrote one for me, and then they'll write you one back. That's really cool. That works too. But let me tell you, there's a certain way of writing recommendations. What you want on your recommendations is you want them to be really powerful. So here's what I recommend to people, how to write a great recommendation. Who's heard of behavioral interviewing? Okay? If you haven't, it's the questions that come out. Tell me about a time that, okay? You're looking for experience, what you did, what happened. Okay? There's all kinds of acronyms about that. I use SAR, situation, action, result. So the answer is, oh, I can tell you about that. Here's the situation, blah, 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 blah. I came in and did X, Y, and Z, and as a result, this. Use the same format for writing a recommendation. What if you want somebody to write one for you? What can you do? Do the same thing. Larry, I was hoping you'd write a recommendation for me. Remember when we worked in the project and I came in and I did, and it was having trouble, and I came in and did blah, 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 and because we did that, this happened? Can you write about that? Guess what that does for the writer? It gives them an outline. It gives something where they got to fill in the blanks and add a couple of words. And you get what you want.
Brings it current.
Brings it current. You also remind them what you did before. Now, really nice if you were in project management or have done some large-scale implementations or whatever. Guess what? In a project, I might have had a budget aspect to it. I might have had a people management aspect to it. I might have had some technical things that I had to do in the project or whatever. Guess what? I can ask Joe to write about the financial aspect. I can ask Sam to write me about the personnel management. And I can ask Larry to write about my technical skills. All independently. And guess what I've got? Now I've got different facets to my roles that I've had out of one thing that I did. Okay? That's writing and getting good recommendations. I can do a couple things here. There's two buttons that will show up on the bottom of the job. This is one. Apply Company website is one of them. Okay? If you click that on the Supply Company website, it takes you off of this thing into the appropriate company website where that job is. You can apply right there. Okay? The other option that's available here says Apply Now. Same yellow button, different words. Okay? Apply Now will use the LinkedIn facility to apply to a job. Okay? When you use the LinkedIn facility, you can upload your resume. You can copy and paste in a copy of your cover letter, that kind of stuff. And when you send it, automatically, LinkedIn attaches a copy of your profile with your recommendations. Really? Yes. Why are recommendations important? with your recommendations off to the person that posted the job.